Okay, let me ask you one honest question. And I'm serious, this might just change the way you think about money forever.
All right, just take a second here. Seriously, think about it. When you look around, who do you see working the hardest? I mean, the really grueling physical jobs day in and day out. Laborers on a construction site, farmers in the fields, factory workers on the line, people who are up before the sun and are still going long after it sets. Now, are those same people the wealthiest? I think we all know the answer. It's almost always a big, fat no. And that right there, that's the paradox we really need to dig into. The hardest workers are often the most exhausted, but they are not the richest. So why is that?
See, this is where it all clicks. The big secret? Wealth isn't just a reward for hard work. I mean, work is part of it for sure, but it's the mindset behind that work that changes absolutely everything.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got hard work, which without the right thinking just leads to being tired, burnt out. But on the other hand, you take that same effort, pair it with the right mindset, and boom, it leads to wealth. So what exactly is this mindset we're talking about?
All right, so let's get into it. Let's break this mindset down. The very first major shift, it's all about how you look at the one thing you can never get more of, your time.
Most of us are stuck in what you could call the employee's cycle. We trade our time directly for money. Simple as that. You work 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. But here's the trap. The second you stop working, the money stops, right? The wealthy, they just don't play that game. They build systems, assets that are out there working for them 24/7, even when they're asleep or on vacation. And in today's world, this is easier to picture than ever. What's a system? It could be a YouTube channel that's pulling in ad money while you're sleeping, or an online business that's making sales to people on the other side of the planet, or maybe an app that thousands of people are using. The point is, you do the hard work to build it once, and then it keeps working for you. That's how you break the link between your time and your income.
Okay, so this whole idea of building systems, it leads us right into the second big mindset shift. This one is a total game changer, and it's the key to growing like crazy. It's called leverage.
So what is leverage? Well, in the simplest terms, it's about multiplying your effort. Think about it like this. You could try to lift a giant boulder with just your hands. Or you could use a simple lever and move it with like a fraction of the effort. That's leverage.
And this right here, this slide nails the difference in thinking. The solo mindset is all about what can I personally get done in a day? But the leverage mindset, it asks totally different questions. Like, how can 100 people work for me? Or how can I use technology so that millions of people can use my product? It's that huge shift in the question itself that separates a small hustle from an empire. All right, so imagine this. You've built a system, you're using leverage, and guess what? The money starts coming in. Now, what you do next is maybe the most important part. And this brings us to mindset shift number 3. What do you do when you actually get the money? For most people, the first thought is, awesome, what can I buy? A new phone, fancier clothes, a new bike, you know the drill. But the wealthy, they have a totally different first thought. They see that money as a tool. Their first question is, how can I use this to make myself stronger, smarter, more capable? They invest in themselves, in new skills, in knowledge, because they know that's an asset that pays off forever and no one can ever take it from you. Now, investing in yourself, learning new things, that almost always means you've got to step outside your comfort zone, right? And that leads us perfectly into our fourth point, which is all about how you view risk. I mean, just think about it. Every single great business, every world-changing idea, every huge fortune, it all started because somebody, somewhere, decided to take a risk. If you always play it safe, you're pretty much guaranteed to get, well, safe, ordinary results.
But let's be super clear here. This isn't about blind gambling, not at all. It's about taking calculated risks. That means you do your homework, you learn, you plan, you understand what could go wrong and what could go right. It's about being strategic, not just fearless. And honestly, that's what really separates the people who make it big from everyone else. So when you put all this together, thinking in systems, using leverage, investing in yourself, and understanding risk, all of it points to one single fundamental law of how money actually works. And honestly, it's way simpler than you might think. Here it is, the biggest secret of all.
Money isn't something you go out and chase, it's something you attract. It's just a byproduct, a side effect, really. It naturally flows to people who create value for other people. And that just completely flips the script. The question isn't, how do I get more money? The real question is, what problem can I solve for someone? Think about it. Every successful business you can name is just a really good answer to that question. The moment you shift your focus from getting to giving value, the whole money game it starts to work for you.
So, after all this, you're basically standing at a fork in the road. You've got a decision to make, and there are really only two paths you can take from here.
Path 1, that's the common road. It's the default setting for most people. You just keep working hard, keep selling your time, and kind of let life happen to you. Path 2, the wealth road, that one's different. It takes more thought. It's about actively learning, starting to build those systems, and really designing a life where your assets are working for you, not the other way around.
So, I'm just going to leave you with one final question to ask yourself, starting today. Am I just working hard, or am I starting to play smart? Because in this game, the real winners aren't just the ones who sweat the most. They're the ones who think the best. And that choice, well, that choice is all yours.